What's going on, guys? This is Epic Spawn the Hunted here, and get ready. This is gonna be a long one. We have a lot to talk about because today we got the Royale OB21 update patch notes, and there is a ton to talk about. Because they updated to 6-week update cycle instead of 4-week update cycle, they're able to add in a ton more content, test it all to make sure it's all working okay, and I'm really excited for this update specifically. So let's go. Okay, so we're gonna get through the small stuff first, and I'm not gonna hit every single point in the patch notes because some of it is really small. I'm just gonna hit more of the more significant and impactful changes that they're making to the game. So I won't be going through like each small bug fix as well, just through the bigger stuff. So first, some new things that are coming to the store here soon. We have the fuzzy bundle for 1,500 crowns. Where it will feature Hilda the Huntress for the hunter, the royal red chicken for the chicken, and the smoky mount for the horse. And my initial impressions of the skin: the horse is basic, the hunter is weird, but the chicken is absolutely adorable. I'm gonna get this bundle, and just for that chicken skin, honestly, it's so adorable, and everything else about it is just like, really? That's the best you got? But the chicken skin is absolutely adorable. Next, we have the cute but deadly pack. This is what I'm gonna assume is gonna be another like starter pack because it's gonna cost 800 crowns, and it's gonna feature the catnap chicken, which is the blue chicken in like a cat sweatshirt or a cat jacket, it looks like, which looks okay. Next slice emote. Oh, my apologies. It doesn't cost 800. It will have 800 crowns. So like the starter pack, I would assume it's gonna cost around $5 to get, which, you know, chicken skin emote 800 crowns, pretty good deal. We also have a couple other things that don't have images. We have the Screaming Weenie Chicken, the Ember Emu Mount, Alpha 1 Warrior, Robot Dance Emote, and Paper Trail Skydive. I'm nah. I don't have much to say about these. I don't know. Okay, now we're gonna start heading down the list of the bigger stuff they added to the game. This is the general section of the patch notes, and the part I am most excited for about this update, the chicken combat. Chickens now have access to a melee peck attack and a launch ability. Peck is a close range attack that deals 75 damage to enemy players, and Chicken Charge is a medium range movement ability with a long cooldown that deals 250 damage if you collide with an enemy player. Also, chickens can now double jump. This is just a huge door for way more opportunities in a fight, and they also made a bunch of balance changes to the chicken runes in order to accommodate these new chicken combat changes. And we'll be going over those later, but I'm really excited for the combat. I'm really excited for another chance to prove that like I should have won that fight, so I'm gonna take you down. My only worry is once you get that person chickened, it's then not getting killed by that chicken that you just chickened, right? Because the person you were fighting as a chicken probably shot you 1 or 2 times. So you're gonna be low on health while that chicken's gonna start picking at you while you're picking at it, and you're at a disadvantage. So it's gonna be a very complicated, fight or flee type situation. Do you keep fighting or do you just run? The movement ability is gonna be really nice to get away and escape more often. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. Next, we have a buff bar. Buffs generated from abilities and talents will now be visible on your HUD, and each buff has a timer that indicates how long the effect lasts. So this appears right above the bottom of your screen. That sounds weird. Hopefully I can put an arrow in the gameplay where it's gonna be. And it looks a lot like that World of Warcraft mod. If anybody plays World of Warcraft, the same thing happens. Any buffs or any cooldowns going on would be in the middle of the screen, so they can keep your eye on it from there and not have to like keep a mental note of it. You can visibly see it. So just a little quality of life improvement, nothing too huge. They also added custom games into the live server, not just the PTR. We already know what custom games are, so there you go. Map update. With each OB update, they've updated some part of the map. It's been Ice Haven, it's been um Guntown, and this time is gonna be Lost Forge. The Lost Forge has had a complete redesign. Battle your way through the three ziggurats that dominate the southwest coast. Sorry I started a bunch, but this was in the PTS a week or two ago. The textures weren't done, but you could go through the layout, and it's multiple layered. Like imagine the Lost, what is that place called? Jaguar Claw? Crap, I can't remember what that place is called. Jaguar's Claws, that's what it's called. My bad. Imagine that, but 3 of them. It's similar to that, and it's really cool. And there's like huge chicken statues and jaguar statues. It looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. And there's also some small environmental cleanup and detail pass over the entire map. Now this is where it starts getting really sad. For the balance changes in this update, they wanted to remove some of the long-standing strategies people were using, like the Papega Mage, and that hits me really hard because Mage is my favorite, and I'm the best at the Mage. But they've made some serious balance changes with all the classes and balance changes to accommodate for the chicken combat. So for the weapons, the throwing axe pre-fire rate increased to 0.5 seconds. Damage increased from 725 to 850, and the projectile speed is increased. Now, ask me why they did this? I don't know. They might have done it because of a nerf to the fire, which I'll be going over later, but other than that, I don't know why they made this change. I thought the axe was really strong where it was. Maybe they thought they need to up the damage and speed since the pre-fire rate was increased? I don't know. I think this is a ridiculous change. Let's move on. Next, for the weapons, we have the Gatekeeper. Questionable weapon, at best. Ammo is decreased from 500 to 300. The accuracy increased while in close proximity to other targets. And damage increased slightly to offset the lower ammo pool. The biggest thing about the Gatekeeper is the slow movement speed you have while shooting and the inaccuracy of it. Both those things completely offset any point in using it, even in duos and squads. And I don't think this slight increase in both accuracy at close range and damage is going to make any difference. This thing is still going to be garbage. Abilities. This is where it starts getting sad. Barricade. Cooldown decreased from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. The persist time, meaning how long it stays up, decreased from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. And the health reduced from 5,000 to 2,500. Barricade was used as a very offensive, very oppressive ability, and it was really strong, and it's been used for a long time. So as I said before, they're trying to get rid of long-standing strategies, the Barricade being one of them. The Mage gets hit super hard with these nerfs. The Ice Block can no longer be cancelled, and the cooldown increased across all rarities from 28, 24, 20, and 16 to 35, 30, 25, and 20. Before I say anything else, let's go to the Ghost Walk. Ghost Walk can no longer be cancelled, and the cooldowns increased across rarities from 46, 40, 34, and 28 to 50, 45, 35, and 30. This absolutely breaks my heart. The favorite part about those abilities for me was the fact that they could be cancelled, because you could use them to dodge a concussion bomb or to, dodge a sniper shot. And worst comes to worst, you freeze it, you ice block, wait for them to reload, and as they're reloading, come out of the ice block to hit them with your ice staff or whatever. That was one of my favorite strategies, along with the Ghost Walk. You do the same thing with the Ghost Walk, dodge, and surprise attack. And you can no longer do that. So it makes me question if I even want to use these abilities anymore. which really sucks because Ghost Walk was my favorite ability, my favorite movement ability in the entire game. I'm pretty sure, and Ice Block, one of my favorite abilities in the game. This hits me really hard. Again, with the Mage nerf, talents, feedback loop talent is reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. That was the Mage, right? And the concuss talent, concussion grenade, will now do self knockback, but will also do 200 self damage. I'm not quite sure why they did this. Maybe they thought it was too strong, being used too often in close quarter combat. Because it was a very good tool to gain control of the situation and to throw the opponent off guard. So maybe they thought that being able to do this, meaning you can also throw yourself off guard and you also lose some control. But I can see it also being used as a good tool for like cool shots or like getting the high ground. So like the opponent is on a hill, you're a bit lower, but you can use the concussion grenade to boost yourself up to a higher level, so you're like same level or even higher than your opponent. And then cool trick shot, as in like so you see someone in a window, you boost yourself up, shoot them out of the window, and then you hit the ground, and then you got the kill. I don't know. This is enough, I guess. So now we're gonna talk about the runes. This is where a lot of changes were made for the chicken combat. The chicken revive rune has been disabled. The chicken revive rune is no longer a thing. The CC reduction rune was decreased from 98% to 75%. They did that for another reason. We'll talk about that later. The chicken health rune has increased from 600 to 1,000. That is for so the chicken has more survivability in the fight. No point in fighting if you're just gonna die real quick. The chicken speed rune was decreased from 50% to 25%. It would really suck to have that much power and to be that fast. That would be an absolute nightmare to try to fight, especially if you didn't have those runes yourself. Movement cooldown rune decreased from 35 to 25%. Ability cooldown rune decreased from 35 to 25%. And the chicken 1-up rune has been added. We have a new rune, gain an extra chicken life. So I would just assume, okay, my first thought when I saw this was, okay, so we if we die as a chicken, we just come back as a chicken a second time. But that's probably not how that works. It probably means you get 4 chicken lives instead of 3. That's my bad. Now these are the nerfs to the element changes I was talking about before. The frost element slow reduced from 50% to 25%. That is also why they nerfed the CC protection rune for the runes. The fire element damage decreased from 100 to 75 over the lifetime of the shot. Now this nerfs all the fire weapons, of course, the fire crossbow, the fire axe, and the fire shredder. The fire shredder has already been nerfed really hard, and now with this buff, with this nerf, I'm sorry, it's gonna be even more garbage than it was before. The fire axe has always been really strong. I feel like this isn't gonna affect the fire axe all that much, especially since they just buffed the axe. The fire crossbow, the fire crossbow has always been a very strong weapon, especially with pin cushion. So as long as you're landing your shots and you have 8 of them, I don't think the loss of 25 damage over time is gonna do much. The biggest thing this is gonna do is nerf the fire shredder, which is probably what they wanted to do anyway. The chicken jump height was increased by 20%, which is also huge since the chickens can now double jump. This is just, again, I would assume to make the chicken combat more dynamic. Now this is an interesting one. The amount of damage required to dismount a player increased from 100 to 350. I heard no talk about this happening, and I didn't know people thought it needed to be changed. I don't know why they changed this. It's just a small quality of life improvement, and I'm not gonna be upset about it. It's kind of nice, I guess. And then everything else is very small polish and bug fixes. We're not gonna go over that. You can check out the patch notes and the Royale website. But finally, that's gonna be it. I've been talking for a long time, and my head hurts. Oh boy, but this should be coming out early August. I'm gonna say the 3rd, which is a Friday. They don't update on weekends, so I'm gonna say the 3rd, which is a Friday, or the Friday after that at the latest. So it should be out fairly soon, and save up your crowns because there's a lot of good stuff coming into the shop. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Hit the like button and hit post notifications to never miss an upload. I want to bid you all a good day, and just in case I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye!